Mr. Mector, longtime viewer, longtime listener. What you're going to need to do is slowly put your hands in the air and make no sudden movements. Okay.
USA, going through your stuff. Better come out and pound me. I shouldn't be Jim Carrey. I should be someone cool. I should be a cool guy. Like, I should. Yeah, like who's a cool actor?
John Travolta. Is he cool? He's pretty cool, isn't he?
Like I actually found this $20,000 Rolex. You won't even believe it in the fountain in the park. And like really, I just like stole
and Mike
it off
Tyson's
of,
like floating there dead in the fountain. All right, Tony, drum roll, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9th episode of the Jake and Kevin podcast. Yes.
Hey, that was
Kevin,
pretty good.
You are live.
Ladies and gentlemen, your starting point guard, Jake.
I would like walk like this, like snake out. Oh, dude, that'd be oh my god! If I was a UFC fighter, I just thought of that. Dude, let's think of cool UFC fighter entrances.
Okay.
If you're a UFC, okay. I was just thinking of one. I don't know if I do this one, but like everything will go black, right? And it'd be silent. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, like you hear cheering, but be like silent. All of a sudden, it's like a snake charmer, like, and then I just like slither out of like a giant basket is wheeled out, and like, and the car goes wild. Like, I just raise up.
I thought you were gonna say like you like hook up a rig and you're like on a carpet like that's like hovering, like maybe like cables on it, and you're just like sitting on the carpet like.
Like right, yeah. Actually, what would be like a really like honest to God, like really sick entrance?
You same thing like. And then like you just like come out like on an elephant, just like.
Straps a huge badussi on the ground. It stinks.
Just like steps on your opponent.
Ew. Okay. You know how police get shot out of cannons? Imagine getting shot out of a cannon into the ring.
Oh.
That'd be like,
that'd be good.
If like just like don't think about all the technical like just imagine if it happened. Like imagine if it actually could work. I would want some landing.
So I would want the venue to have in the ceiling above the ring, it would be a glass like skylight, and I would want to parachute through, like skydive through.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise.
Like smash through.
Glass just rains and kills everyone. Yeah, that'd be cool. Speaking of glass right now and everyone killing everyone, how are the Taliban? How the Taliban doing?
Hey, you know what? The Taliban, they were taking L's for a long time, but I think they're finally up. It's like kind of like Bitcoin. Like if they were down for a while,
they're kind of they're on their come up right now.
I know. They're like, I came and I don't. Yeah, the Taliban. Did you see that?
Taliban, boo! This is not sponsored. This is sponsored by the Taliban.
This podcast is now sponsored by the Taliban. Yeah, like, so I wasn't really following the news. I've never really followed the news, but I did see that, like, the U.S. just like left them like millions of dollars of stuff.
It's like pretty upsetting.
Pretty much just like they like left, and it was just like they're like, all right, that was weird. Like no, like they like walk in like, hello, we're the Taliban, and like it's just like no one, like it's like a ghost town, and it's just like they walk in and just like filled with like pallets of money, and they're like, hello.
Yeah. Like when Kevin McAllister wakes up, guys, hello, Mom, Dad, Buzz,
USA, going through your stuff. Better come out and pound me. Hello.
That's funny.
Yeah, but,
Shit,
like,
man.
they like left them like armored vehicles like Humvees, like
Mm-hmm.
it's probably not tanks, but like tank like I don't know what the listen,
Armored personnel carriers.
I don't know what they're actually called. They left the B572s, Bradleys. They left them. They left.
They left the whole kit and caboodle. There's the
Yeah,
bottom
they
line.
left helicopters. Just like insane M4s apparently, like fully kitted. So they like using like shitty AKs from like Vietnam, and now like they have like
Oh.
kitted out like M4s with like night vision and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just insane stuff. And now they're just like flexing on like social media about it.
I know.
They're like posting pictures like holding like M4s with like grenade launchers like on the bottom. They like just like posing next to helicopters.
Actually?
Dude, did you? Yeah, there's like a guy. He's like sitting on like the chopper, like smoking a cigar. Like,
Are you being serious? Like, are you joking
no,
around?
I'm serious. He's like he's
This is
straight
like,
up.
oh my
It's
god,
like
that
a
would make me
flex
so
picture.
mad.
And then yeah, the balls on these guys. They
Yeah.
so they get all this stuff right. Sure, like I guess like you can't like really mess up like using a brand new gun, but so they
Yeah.
they find this helicopter. Like, oh, dude, they left the helicopter, and I don't know what accent that was, but
It's an old Iranian man, I'm assuming.
they tried to fly the helicopter.
Really?
They try to they just try to yeah. Did you see that?
No. What happened?
I don't. So I saw this picture. Like the guy was like smoking it. He wasn't actually smoking a cigar.
You have a new fibber. You fibber.
But he was like, he just, yo, what up?
Like what?
MC?"
What you gonna do? He's like, what you gonna do about it? Up in there?
Yeah,
Up in there, Hollywood.
yo. Hey guys, this is Mohammed, and this is MTV. This is MTV Televan. This is my helicopter. And then like posing next to this helicopter, and then I see, and then like the headline of the picture is like, helicopter. U.S. helicopter crashes after Taliban attempts to take off in it.
Really? That's hilarious.
All right, so, I mean,
That's funny.
That- it's not.
Yeah, they crash. Yeah, we win.
I mean, I guess that's best case scenario, but also like that's who we just like conceded to.
I know. It's
Like,
so stupid.
These guys just. I mean, I guess you have to respect the moxie, like the absolute cojones on that guy who's like, I could fly it. He just
So like, no, you
imagine,
did, like that.
imagine
that's the
just
one thing
looking
I
at
will
something
say.
that you've never like, you've maybe like the closest thing that you had to operating it is just like a blown out like pickup truck from like 1994,
I know.
and you're like, it's like nothing the same, not even close, just like a multi-million-dollar piece of like aerial equipment, and you're like,
Mhm.
I'll give it a shot, and then just it completely doesn't work out. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
if it did work out, they'd be like, hey,
I know, their ego's getting
pretty
huge.
good, pretty good. But honestly, dude,
Hey, Muhammad's got some stones on him. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, I didn't look into. I don't know if you even know the details, but I imagine getting in the helicopter, like being a passenger. He's like, bro, I got this.
Dude, I just don't understand it. They just like, I mean, I feel like that's why it's so hard to fight them because they just like don't care. I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess if like,
it seems kind of apparent.
mhm. Unbelievable.
Like, it just, yeah, it's annoying. Like you said, like how we conceded to them. It's like, yeah, okay, we're leaving. That's fine. Then pack me up. I'll go there. Drop me in Afghanistan right now. I'll shit my pants when I go home. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, what are you trying to say?
Pop a few shots up. Shit my pants while I go home. No, but yeah, we really shouldn't have. We got took an L for no reason.
Yeah, dude.
we, like-
honestly,
I know it's, like,
send me
not
there.
right, but,
Send me there right now, and I'm joining them.
Dude, send me there right now. I'll get taken prisoner within like a day.
Mhm. And I'm you know what? I'm convincing them that I can fight for them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll do it too. because I'm a man of my
You
word.
probably could. You probably could convince them. You're kind of convincing.
We'll do it to
You have a
convince
convincing
them.
face. Huh?
No, guys, I can fly that thing. I can fly that bird.
Yeah. I'll get. See, you say like what? Who would get in his helicopter? I'll get in your helicopter. Even though like I know I'm like okay, he's like I have serious doubts, but you convinced me like
I was thinking
Alright,
about this.
seems
I
confident.
don't know about a helicopter, but I know for sure that if I got into any airplane, I'd be able to take it off.
yeah, maybe you should join their army. I think you'd fit in pretty
I
well.
guarantee I'd be able to take off an airplane.
I can't tell if you're half kidding, but there's no way.
I think I would be able to.
I would be able to take off and land.
I don't think so.
I would be able to.
I would just take off and then just fly the rest of my life. I'd be like call like my family, like, hey guys, I'm about to pass, and then be like, fly past them.
Woo! I would I would go really high up in the air because taking off is easy. So if I take off, the landing be hard. So I would just go really high, and then when I run out of gas, I'll just like slowly glide just forever.
Mm-hmm. That's
So.
what I would do. And then like when I'm about to hit the ground, I just like glide back up.
Yeah, do one of those. One of those moves.
Yeah.
Back in my 10 years in aviation class, like those moves were like they're pretty common. They're called upsy doodle, like upsies.
Oh yeah. I bought some Aviator Ray-Bans, and I think it tells
Ooh.
you all about that in
Yeah.
the package. I actually didn't buy them. I just found them on the ground.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
How do you find such cool stuff on the ground? Is it at school?
I think that's a perk of being short. Now that you mention it, I think you're
I've never found anything, and you found such cool stuff.
Dude, I think I found it probably over. Hey. I think I found over $400. Just like so, one time I found two $100 bills just sitting next to each other on the ground. So I have it. I have an exam the next day, and it's about 10 p.m. And I'm like, all right, well, I haven't been studying. I need to go to the library right now and just study all night long. So I'm walking in the middle of the night. It's just completely dark. And I'm just walking on the sidewalk. All of a sudden, just like looking at the ground, just like probably listening to music, I just see 200 crisp $200 bills, two $100 bills lying next to each other, just sitting on the sidewalk. And the first thing I thought was like, oh, this is a setup, because it was like, it was like perfect. Like, like you see those videos like poop dollars. I was like, is this like poop $200? Like I was like
a giant net just lifts you up. Oh, don't mind if I do.
Yeah. It's like am I in the new Predator movie? Like,
I know. I was thinking Hunger Games.
So I'm not kidding you.
Everdeen.
So like anyways, I'm not kidding you. So like first of all, my first thought was poop dollar. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I'll get poop on my mouth for $200.
Wait, the rapper poop dollar or like the poop dollar trap?
Poo shiesty.
Okay. No, I know. I'd be worried too.
So what I did is, so it's a sidewalk, and then maybe next to it on the one side of the sidewalk is like a grassy area, and then there's like trees. There's like trees.
Okay.
And then on the other side of it is a street. So I didn't really have to worry about the street, but I was like, I'm really skeptical about those trees over there. And it's dark. It's like dark out. There's not really, the streetlights are bad, so it's very dark. So I was very skeptical. So I did a circle around the two bills, like assess the scene. We're assessing the scene right now. The scene is clear. Then I'm like, okay, well, maybe the scene isn't clear because I don't like those trees over there. So I turned my phone flashlight on and I started like walking towards over there. And then I was like, hello? I was like, literally, I was doing that. I was like really making sure that like I wasn't gonna get punked. And I was like really going around. I was like, but it was worth it. It's $200. Like I'm gonna take the steps to ensure that I don't make a fool of myself. But it's worth it. It's $200. So
because you don't want to like pick it up and you're like all of a sudden like a bunch of spotlights turn on, like this is John Quinones on What Would You Do, and you're an asshole. Like that's what I was thinking too. I was like looking at the trees with my flashlight. I was like,
do you drop this? Like, hello? It's like, anyone drop this? Is like, there's some money here. Like, didn't hear anything. I was like, okay. So I picked it up and then I like said like out loud, but not too loud because I'm not like a weirdo. But I was like,
Mm.
all right, I'm gonna go try to see who dropped this, and then I just like I just like walked away and like had it in my hand, and
Man,
just like walked into the building.
feels like a 5-step process.
Yeah, but I actually like
Wait,
paid.
was that last March?
Yeah, why actually? What?
Look for my wallet. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that yeah. So I mean, I have to say probably an international Chinese student. But yeah, you paid for a good part of my rent that month, so thank you.
Oh, dude, because I feel like those international Chinese students are really just. I feel like that's where you had to have gotten most of your hauls from because they're just like what's the word I'm looking for? Like not like they're like carelessly rich. They like just don't
Mhm.
care.
They're
They
like
don't care. They're
frivolous with their
care.
finance.
Yes.
They're frivolously with their finance.
Mhm.
Frivolous with their finances for sure. Yeah.
I'm eating ice. Sorry if it's loud.
Oh.
So that's cool though. I don't think I've ever found anything cool.
Yeah, but once I remember the first time, probably the first time I can remember, I found something on the ground. I found $20 at Universal Studios. We were in Universal Studios, Florida, Orlando.
I feel like that's kind of
Orlando.
like like that's not super far fetched.
So apparently, and I didn't realize it at the time because I was a little kid. So I
Yeah.
see a $20 bill on the ground, and I was like, "Whoa, $20!" Like yelled it, and I like run over to pick it up. And apparently, like there was a guy in front of us, and like he was like counting like money. And then like my
Yeah.
parents told me this after the fact. Like they didn't tell me this at the time, but he was like counting money, like turned around to like say like that was his, and he like because my mom told me that he saw how happy I was and just like let me keep it.
Really?
Yeah,
What a nice
but
guy. Shout out to Universal guy.
dude, shout out that guy. Shout out the $20 Universal Studios
doing
Orlando
right.
guy. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, shout that guy out. What a beast.
I've been feeling like maybe you have like a mental disorder where like it's all these like fantasies. You're actually like robbing, like beating people, throw them in. You actually like knock the international student out, threw him in like that
Yeah.
big tree, hit him like $200.
I'm like a schizophrenic like master pickpocket.
yeah.
I'm like one of those sleight of hand guys who can just like steal, but also like I'm in denial about it. So I just like while I'm stealing it, I make up a backstory how I found it. It's like I actually found this $20,000 Rolex. You won't even believe it in the fountain in the park, and like
Yeah.
really, I just like stole
And Mike
it off of,
Tyson's like
a-
floating there dead in the fountain
Yeah.
the next day. But dude, those people actually are kind of scary. Like, okay, I like lump people that can do that, like sleight of hand, like steal people's watches. Them, I
Mhm.
put them together with hypnotists in that weirdo category.
Mhm.
Like weirdo, like I don't know if it's like true or not. I mean, okay, I guess like that is, but like I don't know. It's kind of like
There
whenever I see
was
that
a
stuff, I don't know.
now that you mention it, there was actually a point in my life where probably like third to fourth grade, third and fourth grade, so like 2-year period, where I actually thought that I could like make a living pickpocketing people, and I would like practice pickpocketing. Like I would like have like a teddy bear and like put like a little like t-shirt, pocket t-shirt on it, and like
Serious?
pretend like sneaking around him and like grabbing like a money out of his
Yeah, you
pocket
definitely did that. You could. Yeah.
like this. Oh, sorry, sir, you got some mustard on your shirt? Reach around.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, I'll clean that off for you. Sir, you got some mustard right here? Oh, sorry, yeah, I'll get that for you.
You kind of are a weird guy.
Mm. But I mean, I think it's like 8-year-old me just trying to find a way to make a living.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because everybody keeps. The only reason I didn't succeed is because I surely found out that nobody keeps anything in their pockets on their t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's strictly just
It's like a lot of money fanning
Yeah.
out from like your breast pocket.
and that was the only lift I practiced.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else. Like somebody could have just like a giant chunky wad of cash in like loose sweatpants, and I wasn't ready for it. I was like,
That's tough.
and he was wearing a pocket tee too. I was like, "Hey, sir, someone's gonna steal that out of your sweatpants pocket. You might want to put it in your pocket tee. And
Yeah.
he was like,
Oh. Oh. Oh, good,
He's like,
good thinking.
oh, good thinking, Sonny. I'm like, just like a little 8-year-old kid. Excuse me, sir. And then also I realized that I was too short to steal from adults because like you think of like an
Yeah.
8-year-old kid like to reach all the way up to their pockets like like
That's tough. That's a long grab.
yeah.
So
I should have practiced like have you ever kept money in your sock? Like this is like
yeah. Well, my
sock
shoe.
money. Or like shoe. This is my shoe money.
Shoe money I have when I was little.
It's like just in case you get like. My thought is like, all right, if I get robbed, at least I have this shoe money.
That's
they're
why I always
definitely
thought,
not
like,
gonna take.
I always thought because like I would never lose it because like it's I would fall in my pocket. So like a little Kevin thief wouldn't be able to steal it.
Yeah.
Let's say shoe pocket me.
Well, yeah, I should have practiced that. I should have practiced.
Actually, if you're a good shoe pocket, you probably get some good coin.
Mm-hmm. You just like stinky, sweaty $10 bills.
I know. Yeah, you ever do that? Like
that's another one.
to bring it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the end of the night. You just see me just like in the bathroom sink.
Oh, you just like yellow liquid.
Yeah, like wringing out like foot juice from like.
I've had some serious foot juice, especially when I was in high school. Shit, I don't know what I was doing over there, but man, was I stinking. Man, was I juicing up there, man? I tell you.
Whatever happened to the Harriet Tubman $20 bill?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Did they ever print those?
Maybe it's like one of those like buy this new Buffalo coin, limited edition Buffalo gold coin for $20, but it's actually worth $50. Buy it for $20, Buffalo limited edition. It'd be like Harriet Tubman $20 bill, buy it. Except on one of those commercials.
Yeah, who buys those? Just like old people? Is it like the same guy just buy?
Probably old people.
Like it's just the same guy buying all of them.
Yeah. Well, one day, all these haters. Oh.
I haven't watched infomercials. I feel like I got to start watching infomercials again. Do they got good stuff on there? They usually.
They're kind of informative. Overall, that's informative.
I'll tell you, this is the best money ringer outer there is on the market. If you got foot juice on your money, this is what you need. I'll tell you what, buddy. Here's what you need. I feel like I'd be a good guy. I'd just be like, I would just say, I'll tell you what. I'd say two things. I would say, let me learn you something right when I start. And you end it with, I'll tell you what, buddy. This is the best blank. I'll tell you right now. If you're a blank, you need this product. Yeah. It's like a pre-recorded message, and it's like, if you're in need of a 2-egg poacher, then I'll tell you what, this is what you need to poach 2 eggs. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I think we have a possibly second career option. Also, I feel like being a garbage man would be kind of cool.
A garbage man? Yeah.
They make good money.
Do they just like find it in the garbage?
I would find cool stuff in the garbage. How much do?
I think they do actually make really good money. It's a pretty good job to have, except for like all the garbage. I think this is a trade-off.
That's sneaky. How much do trash men make in 2019? Dude. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the mean annual salary of garbage collector. Oh, there's an A in there. Of a garbage collector. I thought I just said median salary of a garbage collector is $41,400. Is it worth the stink? I don't know. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I don't know.
Find out next week. Tune in next week to find out.
Dude, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is something I have to say more. I think it's a cool catchphrase or like saying.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, can you do this? I look at work like, Jake, can you do this assignment really quick? We need this done by next Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah.
I don't think I said. Is the Jew worth the squeeze?
Come here, Morty. Come here. Come here.
So you're here for a bank loan, huh?
Yeah. Come here, David. Come here. Come here. Let me give you a.
I I feel like 41,000. I thought it'd be more than that. Actually,
I got a crisp $2 bill. Come on, let me get the squeeze. It's worth it, I swear.
sounds good. How much do plumbers make? I come think another dirty
Mhm.
job.
Hello, I'm Mike Rowe, and this is Dirty Jobs.
I love that
Dude,
show.
yeah. I like Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe's
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
he's
It says
a
50,000,
national. That's
but
still
I don't know
really,
if
I
that's
feel like
I don't know if that's good.
I
Or
think
I don't know if
that's
that's like
good.
accurate. I mean, I think it's
So I was thinking about
yeah.
this.
Mean is 55, like high end, high 75th percentile is 73,000.
So all those, let's say you're like all the dirty jobs that people didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think their stock increased, or it's more worth it to have those jobs since COVID started. Because think about this, like, I mean, you're working those
Yeah, your
jobs.
job security is like insane.
Yeah, you get COVID. Now you can't smell. Now all those stinky jobs, you don't. It doesn't. It's not even stinky anymore.
That's true. Because if you're garbage man, so you get COVID, right? You can't
Mhm.
smell. Dude, you have no problem getting those poop dollars. Even if it was a
Dude.
poop dollar, you just take it. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then also, since you almost want to get COVID because you want to
Mhm.
lose your sense of smell, now you don't have to like do all the other like you don't have to like do any of the precautions that they're telling you to do. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't want to wear a mask, like you don't have to because you're trying to get it. Like if you don't want to get the
Well,
vaccine, you don't have to
exactly.
because you
Wait,
want that.
have I mentioned that I've got COVID? I've had COVID and I can't smell bad smells. I think I might have mentioned that.
I don't know. Have you told me?
But yeah, so if I haven't mentioned it already, I had COVID, and now even like months later, I can't smell. I can smell again normally because I lost my smell completely and my taste. But now
Mhm.
since my smell and taste came back, I can't smell. I haven't tried to eat shit yet, but I'm assuming I can't. Stay tuned next week. But
Yeah,
I can't smell bad smells.
that's on the second tier of the Patreon. If you guys want to see, if you want to see Jake, just
Oh,
eat,
can you imagine that?
eat
Ugh, like
garbage.
a big old stinker. Yeah, I'll
Dude,
just get
but
power.
but what if it didn't taste bad? What if we started making just tens of thousands of dollars and you just are just eating like garbage and stuff, and like it you like let's say this, if I were to do it, I would say you
Mhm.
pretend it tastes really terrible and like you're
Oh,
like
stinky!
yeah,
Ew.
you're like
But
I think I wanna be free." But actually it doesn't taste like
I'm
anything to
after
you.
that. After the camera turns off,
Yeah, you're like
it's getting raining in money. But
So if
I
you
was
guys want
actually
to,
thinking that though.
we could try
Yeah,
it out.
if you guys are seeing me eat garbage, tune in next week and donate X amount of money to our Patreon.
Yeah.
If I was actually thinking about this though, like it's kind of dangerous because what if something tastes terrible, like rotten, and like, I wouldn't even know it because it's like kind of your body's defense mechanism, like ew, that's so stinky, don't eat that. But I don't. But little old me, how do I know?
I mean, worst case scenario, you just get like diarrhea, right? Or like throw up. I mean,
I don't know.
worst case, honestly, throw up's probably worse than diarrhea, maybe.
I don't know. Honestly, throw up used to really bother me, but now it's like throw up's like all right, I'll just throw up. Like diarrhea is
Mhm.
like as long if you get just one quick brown, you're done. That's one thing.
Mhm.
But if you get the browns all day, that's
Mhm.
annoying.
All right, I kind of want to slide past throw up and diarrhea.
Okay. No more pukey, no more browns, no more brown
Mm.
talk. That's your fault bringing it up.
Yeah, that is my fault. I'll take that one. I'll take that one on the chin.
Okay.
Take the one on the chest. So I was thinking about this, and this is a completely different topic. So if
Okay.
you thought we were still talking about that, we're not. We're already moved past it. Okay, we're going a million miles an hour. We're already 5 steps away from that.
Mhm.
So I was thinking about this a
One
few
step
days ago,
forward, two step back.
and something that's really been bothering me lately, and I don't know why, because like I'm sure that it's been happening my whole life, but so and I feel like you can kind of share my qualms on this, but I am very particular about joke usage. So like there's almost a process in my head that goes like when I like put together like it's just like a joke in a conversation. Like somebody says like, remember it's Tuesday, and I'm like Tuesday, and I would like scan like Tuesday rhymes with Tuesday rhymes with
Wait,
Thursday.
you put thought behind your jokes?
And I'm just like in microseconds, I'm just like thinking of every possible like, could we do wordplay? Could we do
Yeah, like Rain Man,
maybe
like Rain Man's
yeah?
like,
It's like
yeah.
Tuesday. Next day is Wednesday. Before that is Monday, and I'm thinking of everything, and like, but I know that there's a joke there, but it's like I have to like, it's like almost like a computer program. I have to like scan through every possible situation. Like I have to
Yeah.
like find the right joke. So I've been noticing that people, and I'm not. I mean, like I'm just gonna come in and say, like they're just like I can I don't I'm funnier than them. I'm just gonna say that. It's like some people like are like I'm not gonna say I'm the funniest person ever. Like I'm not, I don't even think I'm
You know what? At this point, Kevin.
like because I know I'm
Kevin,
like
you're funny, okay? You
I'm
always
like
you're
middle of the
fishing.
pack funny. Like I would say like
Yeah.
I think that you're like definitely way funnier than me, especially like in this like kind of situational
Oh,
stuff.
come no,
But
no,
but there's
Kevin,
like
come
people
on,
that are
man.
just like bottom of the barrel. Like it's almost like it kind of seems like they tried to study being funny, but they just almost didn't. Like it's like they took a class. They really didn't.
Well,
But like
it's actually
so
okay.
so like they'll hear something and then they'll
Yeah.
like recognize there's a joke. Like same as me. I recognize there's a joke, but instead of like doing the whole process, they'll just like do one search and then the first thing that comes to their head,
Yeah.
they'll just let it fly. And then like while I'm like trying to like figure out a good joke, they just completely like kill the momentum and say this terrible joke. And it
Okay,
like
Kevin.
doesn't make any sense. They use the wrong words. They said too many words. Maybe they like stuttered too. And then I'm like
yeah.
this, like, well, you kind of missed the mark on that one, huh?
Kevin,
Like,
okay.
hey man. There was almost infinite amount of good jokes that could have been said, but now they're all gone because
I know.
you premature ejaculated that one, didn't you? You just
Dude,
now
that's
no one can make a joke.
That's a really good point. Okay, first of all, Kevin, you are really funny. I'm not gonna take the credit. Okay, you're really funny. All right, but
Not
I was like,
funny.
hearing you saying, I'm like, all right, whatever. But when you start getting into, it, I'm like, wait a minute, that's like exactly what I was thinking about. That exactly. Like some people just they're shot out of a cannon. Like, all right, you can take some time. You can develop. You can like get those juices flowing. You
Yeah.
can develop a nice like joke. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can just
It's like a beautifully crafted like
like a souffle.
like a souffle. It's like a flavor profile. You have like
Yeah.
like
Wow, that's
some
nice little actor. Wow, like
nutmeg.
that's like
Ooh.
developing over time. But Kevin, let me add something though. Something you did not you failed to mention this. I think equally as important. Timing prematurely, but too late. Too late can almost be worse. The moment has passed, came and gone. They took too long to develop their flavor profile.
Well, I mean,
now they're going to deliver this dish like that. I don't
Yeah.
want that.
I mean, yeah, I
don't want that. Mm-mm.
that's like a whole different issue. It's like
I think that's worse, actually, because at least like the first. Okay, if someone crash and burns like firing out of a gate, I'm like, all right, I'm like, I admire them for at least trying and like they they try to fire one out. Because if you fire a quick joke out, if you fire a good joke out right off the bat, you're like, whoa, this guy's funny. But if you fire a quick joke out, it sucks. Like, whatever. But if you wait forever, it can even be a good joke, and you say it, and you're like,
So here's the thing. Why I don't think it's worse. I actually might think it's better almost. So like I said, like if you fire a joke out,
yeah,
and unless like people don't realize that it was a joke, or like if they know you're trying to make a joke, then
Yeah.
like the opportunity for making a joke is done. Unless so like nobody
Yeah.
else has a chance to make a joke about that, because then it's like I mean it's gonna fall flat because you're getting now instead of like you're like digging yourself out of a hole, so you're like screwing the next guy who like
Yeah.
actually was like trying to think of a good joke.
That's
But
that's the worst. That makes me really mad.
if you take a really long time because you're really caring about like making a good joke that people will like, and then but you're also like it's like, oh, it's not ready, maybe like somebody else maybe somebody else will have something, and like if nobody else has something and then you say it a little late, like I mean timing is a big thing. But like like that guy, like if I'm like, I don't know, I got nothing, I got nothing. I'm like searching my pockets, I got nothing. And then like,
Cards are flying under your head.
but then I'm like, but then like you come in and you're like, zing da baba, and it just like light the room on fire. Then I'm like, I mean, like he found it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you could do that, but like, I mean, you could do that, but then just don't say your joke if it doesn't happen. Like, no one says anything. It's too late. Just don't
Yeah.
say it.
Also,
Like you gotta eat it. As long as you got good
oh
ones,
yeah,
like timing. Like I'm sure it's happened to you. Like you think good ones, like timing's
you
past.
do
You
have to
just gotta
eat
eat
it.
it. I'm just saying, just
You
don't
do
go
have to
for it.
eat it.
Too late. Too late. But Kevin, let me tell you something that I know is gonna butter your
Mhm.
buns, man. When someone steals your joke, you tell them, and then they say it. Like I'm sure it's a common problem, especially in like elementary school, high
Uh-huh.
school. You tell like Kevin sitting next to me, like Kevin, zibabu babadaba, you know, saying that, and he like laughs, like it's so funny, and then like turns like just then like projects the joke out, like everyone laughs, like oh Kevin, you're so funny. And I'm like, two points I have to make. Okay, if the people that steal jokes are just ugh, no one likes them. But let me say something: if someone steals your joke, any self-respecting joke maker cannot claim that they made the joke. I hate the people that even like just like, say I'm a bird's eye view. I'm a whatever the omnipresent. Someone steals someone's joke, right? But then the first guy who got the joke stolen, he's like,
Mhm.
"That was my joke. that was my joke." That's almost
Yeah.
worse. I'm
He's
like,
like, oh,
oh,
actually, guys, laugh again, but towards me because that was actually my joke. I actually told him that last period. Yeah, you're
yeah.
right. The only thing you can do is like, wow, that was really funny. Or like, it's like,
Oh,
oh,
I wish I'd have thought of that.
just
but
like,
but
I mean, yeah, I get you. And
it's
then
a
you have
tricky
you,
it's tricky
you
business,
just
Kevin.
have
It's
to like
tricky
you just
business.
gotta like kick his ass or something.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, the only thing I do feel bad, like all joking aside, Kevin, I do feel bad for people that aren't funny because like I don't think I'm that funny, but like as long as you're somewhat funny, right? I think it helps your life so much. You know what I mean?
Being
Like
funny.
being funny helps you a lot. And like I just feel bad for the people that aren't funny because okay, being funny is obviously something you have to just practice because like you have to just start saying jokes and like you know what I mean to like know what works,
Mhm.
like how like and if you've never tried that, they just are never funny and like and I don't
So
know.
it's kind of. I mean, so now that I think, I was gonna say like most people who are funny, there's like, and not like, oh,
I'm
like,
just funny looking.
well, like, like most people that had to be funny in school is because like there's like something like wrong with like normally there's like something be wrong with them.
Yeah. For me, it was my
Like,
big head. I had a compensate for my giant bulbous head.
yeah, I guess Jake didn't grow into his head until he was 19.
I still haven't grown into my head.
You're
Just picture
honestly
just a
you're
little
com-
kid with
you're
like a little backpack and just a huge head,
yeah,
a
like
huge adult head at like 8.
yeah. Yeah, like me, I was like a short little Asian kid, and for some reason in elementary school, so like this is like what I'm wearing like right now, like this size clothing is like the clothes I would wear in like when I was like in like third grade. Like I get like me and Jake didn't
Oh
like
my
meet
god.
each other until like seventh, eighth grade, but like in third, fourth grade, like
Yeah.
I would wear like adult like large and medium shirts and just like walk.
Dude, it's so funny. I did the exact same thing too. I still wear large stuff usually, but like
Uh,
I think back that too. Like I just wore all my pictures. I'm like I should
mhm,
like the sleeves are always like this every picture. I'm like
yeah,
I
I
always look
remember
like a deer. Like just got startled like every
I
picture.
I just like look like a I look like uh a guy from the YMCA who just like was playing basketball and he just got like de-aged. Like I was always in like basketball shorts, but like they would like literally be like down to my ankles. And I had like these shorts and I don't even know, like they were just like generic shorts, but they were so cool because they were reversible. So like on one
Ooh,
side it was
that's
like
cool.
one side, it was just like a flat color. So like let's say navy blue. And then if you
Yeah.
reversed them, it was like Carolina blue with like a white stripe down the side. So it was like cool.
Mhm.
It was like Michael Jordan shorts. And then another pair was like black shorts. But then if you reverse them, it was like red with a black stripe on the side. So it was like Michael Jordan
That's
colors.
cool. Dude,
But they were literally down. They would like literally go past like probably like three quarters
like
of the
Adam
way down.
Sandler.
yeah, like 3/4 of the way down, like my shin. Like they would be so long. And I remember
Like
specifically,
capris.
I want to say it was either second or third grade. Somebody said like, Kevin, your clothes are always so big. Like, and then like a girl was like, Kevin, I guarantee like when you're in college, those will still fit you. And like, and I was like, that's like, I was like laughed it off. It's like,
Dude.
and then like, I'm not kidding. I found these shorts when I was like, moving, and they literally still fit me.
Dude,
And I was like,
okay,
I
that's
don't know
so funny.
how, like I, and like I, they had like a string for the waist, and I guarantee that I had to like, pull it
Like,
as tight as,
you go around your body, like,
yeah.
oh my god, dude. Okay, you know what's funny about that too? You made me think of it. I didn't care how I dressed at all
Mm-mm.
until like 8th grade. Okay, I remember I wore like any shoe that I got. Like I loved every shoe I got. Like I remember
Mhm.
like I'll go get shoe shopping. I only had one pair of shoe at a time, and I'll get a pair of shoe and like just obviously wear it to those absolutely destroyed. And then I'll get a new
Mhm.
pair of shoes. And it's like usually like every school year, like, oh, new school pair of shoes. And I get it in, like usually a
Mhm.
whole year, and I like beat it to shit because my was
Yeah.
outside. And I remember how these shoes looked, and I think back, I'm like, what was I thinking when I bought these shoes? I mean, they were maybe the most ugly pair of shoes I could have. I don't know what store I got these from. They had like they were. I don't even can't remember the brand. It was definitely some like just random brand. It was like a brown, like a poo brown, and it was like it had. Okay, this is the weirdest feature I remember. It was like a running shoe, but it had like like the arch of your foot. It had
Mhm.
like a flat piece that like kind of like almost like a duck foot. Like it was just really weird. Like kind of
What,
cover
like
that
a
in.
webbing?
Yeah, sort of. It was like I remember that. I'm like that's kind of weird. And like obviously I didn't care. I wore them like running around, just edge out, play outside with them. I remember in 8th grade, some girl was like, she's like, Jake, why do you have this weird like why do you have weird she's like, I can't remember exactly, but some along the lines of like, why do you have a weird pair of shoes? Like, why don't you get a pair of Jordans or something like that? That's what she like.
Was
I
it
remember that. That's what she said. Like
was it
that, and
was
then
it the
also
same girl who slammed your thumb in the locker?
yes.
Okay.
Is
Hey,
that the same girl that they made fun of you? Because I feel like that's kind of part.
that girl was kind of a bully. Now I think about it.
That
Hey,
girl
you
was
know
kind
what?
of bully.
Shout out that girl. I mean,
I mean, I got bullied straight. I got bullied straight because honestly, I
shout
kind of
out,
needed it.
shout out
Sidney
Cindy Johnson.
Crosby. Shout out Sidney Crosby.
Hey, shout out Sidney Crosby. Uh,
Oh man.
no,
But
yeah,
like I think.
that girl's kind of a bully. She made fun of
Mhm,
me. She made fun of you. She made fun of us together. Like, hey, look at these two dorks.
mhm. And we always like the one time we made out, she made fun of us.
Yeah.
Like grow up.
She's like, what, do you guys never make out before? Like, what, are you trying
Yeah,
to
but like,
swallow his face? Like,
but I think back and it's like, was that a bad or a good thing? Yeah, obviously. I was like, oh, I like went back to it's like a rainy day. I walk back home and look in the mirror, like, what am I doing? Like one of those like movie scenes. But
yeah.
was it a good or bad thing, Kevin? Because at what I need it needed to be said. I needed to have this come to this realization, like, Jake, what am I wearing?
Yeah.
But I could have had virgin ears for a few more years, I think.
Dude, so yeah, I guess that's like, unless like you're like one of those guys who like just doesn't care about anything, like or like anything meaning like what I'm about to say, but
Hmm.
it's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of when it happens.
Yeah.
And it's when you start, I guess it's like when you start realizing that like when you start you start realizing that you like girls and you have to like start like doing stuff to like for girls. Cause like you like a girl told you she didn't like your shoes and you're like,
Yeah.
my shoes aren't cool.
See,
And
I'm
like
confused about that statement.
when you're a young kid and you
No, I'm just kidding. No, you're right. Like, oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember the exact. Yeah, woo. No, but you're right. Like, I do remember that. You're like, oh well. I guess if
and then
it's what they want. If I'm not as agile and climbing up
mhm.
trees or whatever, I
And
gotta
then
sacrifice that.
I think that's why like that's like why people like try to be funny too. Like I like that's why probably like that's probably like why like young boys like try to do like anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like what like oh look how good at sports I am. Like look at how cool my hair is. Like look how funny I am.
Hmm.
So I was gonna this brought me back to this point and I forgot about it, but now I remembered it. So like I mean I try to be funny. I try. And like
I
it's
tried.
I try. I try. Okay, I try so hard. I spend a lot of time in it. I try really hard. Um, and obviously, like you know, like those things, like it'd be like a guy in the street, like, "Hey, sir, what do you think is like the best quality a guy can have?" And he like puts the mic to the girl. And she's like, "I just like think like if a guy's really funny, like."
Yeah.
And first of all, like it's not true. Like that's not like the number one quality that girls
No.
look for in guys. Like they think
Well,
it is.
first,
That's
also,
like that's like that's like the hack answer like for girls to say.
yeah.
Because it's like okay yeah like
Yeah.
everybody likes to laugh, so like it's like you can't get knocked. Like I want someone to make me laugh.
Yeah,
Like okay, it's like I
yeah.
want you know, like you can't say like oh I want a guy with a whole bunch of money,
Yeah.
or like I want a guy to like spit in my mouth. Like you can't say that.
Hmm. You could want it, but you can't say it. But
Yeah.
the one thing I will say though is like I know you and I have very similar senses of humor, and do I think we're the funniest people in the world? No, but I think we're funny. Okay, because or whatever. We're kind of goofballs, but anyways. That being said, I don't think if someone was like oh, like someone's like say you introduce me like oh yeah he's pretty funny and like oh yeah make me laugh like I was like like I would not do well if it was like oh yeah make me laugh that oh if you're so funny make me laugh that
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not like I'm like a magician with like roses flying out. So I was like fumbling. I wouldn't. I'm more
The
like
first thing I thought of-
situational funny. You know what I mean?
First thing I thought of was just looking straight up and they are spitting and then just like having hit me in the face.
Yeah.
And then just like, ah!
That'd be hilarious, actually.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to
I was
pull
thinking with
off.
that. I actually was meaning to like not try it, but I was thinking because like I know sometimes I'd spit my gum up in there and catch it. Can you spit and catch it? I mean, I'm sure you can, but how like
Mhm.
reasonable is that to do? Because I think that'd be a cool
So-
trick.
You would need like one of those like really sticky, like a good spit.
Like
Have you ever
sticky
had,
goo-
like-
like a gooey sticky?
Have you ever eaten like a whole bunch of Starburst like Skittles and then like your spit
Oh
is like
yeah.
it's like sticky gooey.
Uh huh.
like, It's like llama spit. So
But not like
hold on.
not like a loogie.
So
Like, just like,
about being funny. So
mhm.
being funny will like so I guess this is a me thing. It's not a funny guy thing.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm not saying that I'm funny. I honestly don't think I'm funny at all.
You're not.
I'm honestly dead serious about everything I say. So no,
Yeah, but I'm not gonna inflate your ego. You're not funny. I'll just be straight up honest with you. Continue. As you were
Okay.
saying. Never mind,
So-
guys. I'm going to bed.
I knew I shouldn't have got out of bed today. No, I have a really big problem turning off the funny.
Yeah.
So like, let's say like you're like like with a girl all night and like you're making her laugh and like she's like you're starting to like have a rapport. I like don't know when to not be. This is all I know. I'm a one trick pony. Like I don't know. Like it could be like
Okay, well let me rephrase. Like, just because to be honest, sound like big old ego heads. Like,
no. I'm not saying.
which
I'm not
try
saying.
not- okay, I
No,
know
no,
exactly
no,
because I have the same thing. Like,
I'm not saying that like
me-
she's just like crying, laughing the whole time. I'm saying that like I'm trying to be
no,
funny.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
and like I shouldn't be. It's like
Yeah,
the
that's
moment
that-
is like the mood is like something completely
yes.
different, and like and like I'm like literally like doing like Jim Carrey impressions, and like I shouldn't. I shouldn't be Jim Carrey. I should be someone cool. I should be a cool guy. Like I should. Yeah,
Like
like
that guy.
who's a cool actor?
John
Like a-
Travolta. Is he cool? He's pretty cool, isn't he? But dude, I have the same problem too. It's like you like in serious situations or situations you shouldn't be
$5
funny.
shake.
Like, okay, not that you are funny, but like you're always trying to be funny. You're always thinking of jokes. I'm like, you should not be.
You,
Like,
see
that's what you're saying,
The
right?
one guy who's like, everyone like wonders if he's gay or not.
That's weird. Anyways,
Who's a
yeah,
cool guy?
oh,
Elton John. Lil
yeah.
Nas is pretty cool.
Okay. Well, then probably I don't know. John Travolta was the first thing that fired out of my head. Like, John Wayne. Actually, no. He's like, he's dead.
George
isn't he?
Clooney. George Clooney, is he a cool guy?
Mhm,
He's
mhm.
like a handsome.
Oh wait,
cool
Brad
guy.
Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
But he's just handsome. Is he cool?
He's pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay,
But
Brad
like,
Pitt.
so like I've sort of realized like you, without sounding like you have to be a schizophrenic maniac, you have to have like different tools in your tool belt. Like you have to know when to be Jim Carrey, like Steve Carell, and then you also have to know when to you have to be like Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt.
Or
not meaning like
or Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Then you have to like know when you want to be Ed Gein. Is it Ed Gein is?
Mm-mm. Is he
He's like
someone naughty?
He's like the guy like the Silence of the Lambs is based off of.
Oh, like the lotion and skin guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I think he was like the guy who like made like
that?
the skin furniture. He's like one of the most
Ew.
famous
Is that
serial killers
real?
of all time. Yeah, he like made like lampshades and stuff out of skin. Like,
Ew, I
he's
thought
like-
that was make
Dude,
believe.
he used to like make
I
like
thought that was good cinema.
I think he like had like a vest he made out of like a woman's like back skin or something.
He had a fat back, right?
I think it was like several pieces. It was like a this is a reclaimed material.
Ewy. That's kind of ewy.
Yeah.
Probably
That's,
stink. How'd you
but so-
wash that?
So do you, let's go
Could you
back.
imagine working out in that clothes?
Ew, dude, we're not talking about that.
Someone deadlifting, just wearing
Yeah.
skin clothes.
Just like sitting in the sauna after.
Dude, he would smell.
Let's go back to the funny. So what do you do?
Yeah,
Do you-
Are
are you good at like not stopping being
No.
funny? Like no,
Am I
yeah.
good at stopping funny? I'm not even good at being funny, so I'm pretty
Like,
good at stopping being funny.
stop like trying to be funny. Like I will-
I mean, I'm pretty much always thinking like I'll give you an example. I'll be in like a meeting, like an important meeting. I'm always like just thinking like, is there something that can be? Is there something funny that can be said? There's something funny, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And a lot of times, like I find myself like you'll say something like, I should have said this. Doesn't give the time and place or that. Even if you get a couple laughs, like probably shouldn't have said that.
Mhm.
But and there's some things I've realized you cannot joke about. Like I've a lot of things you got kind of. That's why I said you got to practice because you got to kind of live in your own. Like all right, like I'm never making a joke about that again. Like pregnant people.
Like what about pregnant people?
Like honestly, like there's some jokes you can say they're funny, but like I just don't approach it anymore because like I don't know if I've had some instances.
Like calling
what I
them
mean?
fat?
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. Like I feel like it's. Okay, well, let me just put it this way. I feel like some jokes, when you think of them, you have to think of like, what's the risk versus reward? Like, the risk is like for some like those jokes are usually kind of high. For like reward, like is it just for like a normal joke? I would just like think of something else. You know what I mean, so just don't go for it. Yeah, you risk for if it might be a really risky joke, but like the reward,
Like
that
yeah,
reward,
like,
man.
well,
Then you
the
go
thing
for
is like I mean, I'll definitely think of a joke that'll 100% hurt someone's feelings, like because
Yeah.
after they said something, but like unless like I know for a fact, like okay, well this person deserves this, then I'm
Yeah.
not like I'm not gonna just flamethrow them for no reason. But, like so, like you just have to like know.
Oh,
Like,
you're kind
okay,
of
well,
like a douchebag. I feel like you were just saying anyway. You kind of a douchebag.
honestly, for you, I probably would just like I'd probably like let anything fly because I know that
Yeah,
you'd be
you
able
do
to
like
take
it.
it.
But that's the thing. I think people think I could take jokes pretty easily. Like, oh, that's a good one. And like, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Just go like, and
Yeah,
come back in. But that's why I'm always late to that. When you get like, I'll be on 5. I was like,
yeah.
like, oh, sorry guys.
But that's why
Feed my cat.
that's why your jokes are always so hot because you're like, I'll show them. You're like you're like sitting in the bus. You're like Eminem, like in 8 Mile.
Yeah, I
just
was like just thinking that.
like
I feel like Eminem. Okay, I know you like Eminem, and I still like Eminem, and but I used to like him a ton. I feel like he really fell off. I know he's getting old, but like,
yeah, he's old. How
but
old
like,
is
I
he?
feel like, how do
50?
you? He's like 500 years old now. But how do you? He's not that old. Like, I feel like he's 48.
It's
He's
pretty
not
old.
50.
40 is pretty old. It's like a
How old-
dad.
Wait. How old is?
It's like a dad. I bet it's
Oh my! I'm just kidding. How old is Lil Wayne? 38. Little Wayne.
Sheree.
I was gonna do. How old is Drake? That's Rake. How old is Drake? 34. How old is Kanye?
Kanye, let me guess. Kanye is 44.
Correct. How'd you know that?
Really?
Mm-hmm. How old is
Wait,
Jay-Z? 51. Snoop. How old is Snoop Doggy Dog? He's 49. So
Yeah, I
how
mean,
old
like,
is Snoop Doggy Dog? Sound like Nardwar.
Snoop Doggy.
Snoop Doggy Dog. So you once gave someone a blowjob behind the McDonald's dumpster.
Yo, man, how'd you figure that shit out?
Dude, how does he know that stuff? Actually, it's kind of cool. I like watching Nardwar. He's so funny. He's so sneaky.
I would definitely watch like a behind the scenes or like him figuring it out. It's like the whole time it's really him.
boards, right? Like
Yeah.
those boards, like things
And,
everywhere.
It like cuts to and it's like him like wearing a wig. It's like Snoop Doggy Dog. You once got a blowjob behind the Carl's Jr. in El Paso, Texas, and he's like, "Yo, man, how'd you know that?" Like, and then it like cuts to him and he's like taking the wig off.
dude, that would be good. It's funny. Like that's funny because I was thinking like be like a Slumdog Millionaire. Like, he like personally knew everything that happened. Like somehow. I'll watch that movie. You can make it like a fiction movie. Be good. That'd be a good movie. Let's make a screenplay.
Table that. We just
Put a pin in it.
put a pin in that one. No, so like, I really want to get to the bottom of this. This is actually we're coming back to it because this is what we do in this podcast. We jump back and forth and back and forth. I don't know where you were going with the Eminem thing. Did you want to continue that? We kind of just started listing off like rappers' ages.
I'm gonna give him an enema. I don't know. I just randomly thought of it.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I guess like rap is a young man's game.
That was kind of a
for
joke
sure.
steal I just did because that was something that someone else said. I just thought of it. Just
But
popped in my
I
head. But is that kind of a joke steal if I just say something? Because I wasn't trying to. I was just like saying it. You know what I
See,
mean?
I don't think that's a joke.
Judge?
Steal. I feel like that's like a.
It's a,
I'm
like a
gonna
plug.
rule in on that one. I feel like that's popular enough where like it's pretty well known that you're just like paying
common knowledge.
You're paying
It's common
homage. You're
Okay.
paying. It's like a
And that's what-
homage thing.
And that's what it was, Kevin.
It's
so
not.
glad
It's
you
not
took it
like.
away.
It's not like you just like found like this guy's like funny video that like has like 1,000 views, and then you're just like enema, give him an enema, and then like
Yeah.
everyone was like
Like
just like
that's
the
my guy
crowd
right there.
goes wild. Like
Okay,
I mean
good.
like yeah.
Okay, good. Continue. 3, 2, 1, continue.
The hell were we talking about?
You said we go back and forth, bing bong, and I just like
Oh, yeah,
interrupted
back-
you because that's what I do.
Back and forth. And you got to help me out with this, Jake. When I'm with a girl, I don't know like when to stop making jokes. Like there has to be a
Uh-huh.
certain point in the night because like we're not going to go into details here, but there's different like obviously there's different like points in the night. There's like different like
Do you want
Point.
me to help you with that?
yeah. So
Sure,
mean,
I'll
Jake-
help you with that.
Jake kind of plays it off like he's like like I mean he's got the good beard, he's got the cool hair,
I don't have a good beard.
he's
I
got the
don't have
nice
cool hair.
body. He's not got the nice body. He's
I have a
funny. so-
terrible body.
Jake's a catch, and obviously, like
No, he's
girls reciprocate reciprocate that message you with their behavior towards him. Meaning that like Jake does good fine with the girls. So Jake, help me out.
What's the question?
So at what point? Because the way I think about things,
Defer.
like, what point do you just stop being like? It's like, all right, it's time to stop making jokes. It's time to get down to brass tacks.
After I'm drunk, because I don't make jokes anymore. I can't think of them.
That's not true.
Did I just get body funny?
Well, like, so like you're talking with a girl and like you realize that like she's like into you, and then like
Yeah.
things start like going on, but like
I would say
and the
after you kind of like dance together. I feel like, well, it depends on the setting. If you're kind of like dance like, then I mean you kind of really like, because like if you're okay, if we're talking about comedy in terms of getting women, okay, it's kind of like a, but once you get them, you don't have to like, keep doing it.
Yeah, give me like a Dr. Phil, like, Kevin, you need to like
Kevin, what you need to do is
I haven't watched Dr. Phil in a couple of years, so
Kevin, what you need to do is you're gonna need to get a big net, okay?
no, I don't know, Kevin. It's a it's a kind of a gray area.
So,
I think it kind of depends.
now I'm thinking about it, like you after you go in for a kiss, you kiss, funny's over, right? It's probably safe to. I mean, you know what? No, it's.
Hey,
hey! You gotta play it by ear. You gotta play it by ear.
Yeah.
Every situation's different. Kevin, what you need to do is you need to get out of your own head and start living in the moment. Okay, dude.
It's Dr. Phil mixed with that guy from South Park.
A couple days ago, me and Jake were playing PUBG, and it was like 3 a.m, and we were just getting slap happy, and we just started doing like Dr. Phil impressions and like
That was Dr. Phil?
We're doing like Dr. Phil impressions, like radio host impressions.
All right, Kevin, thanks for having me. Hey, Kevin, long time listener, long time viewer. Thanks for having me.
We were like pretending like if you're like a radio host, but like you're also like, yeah, or like you're like calling into a radio. You're like, yeah. All right, so Mr. Bank Teller, it's like Dr. Phil, Mr. Bank Teller, what you're gonna have to do is you gotta turn around and grab all the money out of the vault and just put it in my bag, okay?
Mr. Bank Teller, long time viewer, long time listener. What you're gonna need to do is slowly put your hands in the air and make no sudden movements. Okay.
Mr. Bank Teller, you gotta stop moving your finger towards that red button, because you see this right here. This is a 9mm handgun, and it'll pull a hole right in your head.
Could you imagine if you actually like you'd be so like nice and like so like I don't know. Imagine if you actually were like that.
All right, well this is a stick up. I will put your hands in there and no sudden movements. Thank you.
I think we just if
that would be interesting. I would like. How would you?
Me and you are gonna rob a bank. Like once all of our backup plans go to shit, we're gonna become master bank robbers, because I think we could do it. And like all of like the people that they interview after, like like question after, like they were like doing some weird impressions the whole time, but like they were being super polite.
But they wouldn't even know it was us, because how were they pinning it up? We were masked too.
Because we just we just said it right now.
We're kidding.
Kidding.
All right, guys, we're back. So we had to cut that last part.
Sorry for technical difficulties.
Do you think Halloween masks count as COVID masks? Because I like depending on what state you live in, or I guess we're going back to masks. And like I feel like everybody's so over with face masks right now. Like what if what if you just wore like a Richard Nixon Halloween mask?
I think it would be cool. I don't think it counts as a mask. But let me add a little tidbit. I saw a video the other day where some guy had a bulletproof mask. It was a giant bulletproof mask. Covered like half his head. I don't know if it was a
how would that
COVID.
work?
It was just a mask. It's like it's called a bulletproof.
Like
I think
those
it's a
ballistic
bulletproof mask.
masks.
Yeah, but no. It's like a bulletproof. Like it's like I have Velcro in the back. It's like opens up. You like okay, pictures at the front of it. You go around your head and then Velcro, and it's like up to here.
I think
So someone
if
tried
I
like
got shot in my bulletproof mask, I would just rather die. That sounds like it would
it would.
hurt.
I don't.
It,
I was yeah. It would be like some. It'd be like
it'd be like,
two.
hey,
It would be like 10
hey,
Mike Tysons just punching you in the nose.
it was gonna say like, hey, Prime Mike Tyson, why don't you get in the bed of this pickup truck going 70 miles per hour and then just land a nasty right hook on me as you're driving,
With
and I'm just
brass
gonna stand
knuckles.
there and take yeah.
Yeah, it would definitely like knock you out. I feel like if you get shot right there.
Hurting people gets my dick hot. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just that I just like hurting people. It just gets my dick hot. That's an actual Mike Tyson quote.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Wait, is he the one that said like all the gay stuff? He's like, well, it's like, so Mike Tyson, you have a big fight this Saturday night. What are you gonna do to your opponent? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat his ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. I don't think we quite got that. What are you gonna do? I think I'm gonna eat his ass. I think you heard me. I'm going there. I'm gonna eat his ass.
Yeah.
You're gonna beat his ass? I'm gonna
No.
eat his ass. That's an E. That's like A B C D E. Eat his
Yeah.
ass. I'm out.
Yeah.
Tyson out.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, that came up recently because I guess so. Mike Tyson had Khabib on his podcast, and I saw like a clip, and they were like talking about like all the shit that Conor McGregor's been saying, like to
Yeah.
Khabib and like to everybody.
Yeah.
And so I saw like the full clip, and it kind of got taken out of context, and like got turned into like this little 10-second thing where like
Yeah.
like it was like it kind of like seemed like Khabib and like Mike Tyson were just like calling like Conor like McGregor like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then Conor was like, he like brought up like that stuff, like because like he said like in Mike Tyson would say in like press conference like, I'm gonna eat your children, like each one of
Really?
them, like your daughter, your son. I'm
God.
gonna take them. He didn't say this, but he's like, I'm gonna cook them medium rare. I'm gonna reverse sear them. I'm gonna put them in the oven and cook them to about 125, 130 degrees, and then I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna let them rest, and I'm gonna put them in a pan with some butter and sear them up, and I'm gonna eat your children.
Dude, if that was an actual quote, I would believe it. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But he would say stuff like that. He'd be like, he would like, I don't know who he said it to. He's like, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me. Like I'm gonna make you my little bit. I'm gonna fuck you right in the ass until you love me. I'm gonna, and he would just say insane stuff. So like,
Yeah.
he
And then
he
just
like
knock him out first round.
yeah, and then just execute them in
Yeah.
front of millions of people.
Millions and millions and millions.
Mike. So Mike Tyson has a podcast, and like
Mhm.
Mike Tyson was before our time. Like we never gets like we were too young to see like a Mike Tyson fight. But I always thought
Who's
of
older,
like
me or you?
me by like a month and a half or something. 2 months.
Old timer. What are you saying?
We got to cut this podcast because my back is starting to hurt. From carrying the podcast. They don't all hit. So I always thought Mike Tyson was just like a crazy like maniac guy who would just like walk around like
Yeah,
in his
that's what I
backyard in his
thought.
underwear, like holding a Siberian tiger or whatever that thing is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like had like
That's
tigers
how I
and
view
monkeys.
him. Is that
And like
accurate?
it's like, oh, that's like the guy who would just beat the shit out of people and like eat people's ears. Like remember he
Yeah.
like bit Holyfield's ear.
Oh yeah.
And I like watched like a clip of his podcast, and it's like he gets like super deep. He like seems like really smart and like introspect. Like I mean, he's like old now. He looks so like he's like 50-something years old, probably maybe even 60. He has like this like big white beard, and he just like
Yeah.
looks. He like sits there, and he's just like so calm. He's like, and he like just like talks about like he's like, yeah, I know all the stuff I did back in the day was wrong, and I regret it, and like he like is like gets super introspective. I'm like, what the heck? Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
He like
Well, I'm
turned
not
into
gonna,
like he like turned
yeah.
into like the old like wise like sensei in the top of the mountain.
I mean, that seems kind of doubtful that he's like super wise and smart now, but I'm not gonna make fun of him because next time I run into him, I want him to kill me.
Yeah, he is. he's still like probably like one of the scariest people.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no. Yeah. I actually would like to see. I'd like to see how much damage you can do to someone.
think
How much
about
damage you can do?
like think about like I mean, you could say whatever you want about Mike Tyson's chicanery. I don't even know if I used it. I feel like I've said that word several times, and I don't even know if
I
I'm
don't think
using that
I don't
right.
think you've ever used it, but I've never heard the word before.
So like his shenanigans, like back in
Mhm.
his day, but like think about walking around and just like everybody knows that you're just like the most savage man, like to walk the earth right now. Like everybody
Yeah.
knows that you're just like the coolest, like most badass guy. Like that has to like give you like some sort of like ego and like that's got to like give you like power. Like you have to like feel that.
Mhm.
I guarantee you feel that power just like coursing through you at all times. You're
It's
just like
true.
walking around and like you just like see looks from people and they just like know that like if you want to do anything, like you could just do like anything you wanted to.
I mean, that's a really good point because like back when I was the heavyweight champ, I guess I did have a big ego and like I did like feel like I was,
Hmm.
it's like something coursed through your veins. So I think you're right. I think you hit the nail on the head.
But like that, I feel like that power is like only like not many people have that power. Where
Yeah.
like everybody just like looks at them and they're like almost like
Like
afraid of them.
undeniably savage. All
Like
right.
I meant like if like when Putin's like walking around, like everybody like makes jokes like you can't like cross Putin, but like Putin walks around like he's like undeniably like you have to watch your P's and Q's around Putin.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I mean, like you can say what you want. Like I don't, you say what you want about the guy. Like maybe he's good, maybe he's bad. Like,
Mhm.
but like it's undeniable. Like the respect, or like maybe it's fear, but like the
Yeah.
respect that he commands just by like walking around.
No, he's really cool, and that's a perfect segue to um, our sponsor of this podcast, and that is the Kremlin. The actual Kremlin sponsored this podcast. So thanks, big shout out to the Kremlin. Glad to have you on board, and it's a pleasure to work with you.
Yeah. So if you guys use code TJAX, that's TJAKS 15, then you'll get 15% off of your Kremlin merch. And also they've said that we're gonna also do we're gonna do 30 minutes of silence to for respects starting
Now, starting now.
a bullet just flies through your window.
Oh man. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that wraps up the 9th episode of the Kevin and Jake podcast. Put you first, Kevin. So thanks for listening, and as always, God bless America. Thumbnail time. Thumbnail time.
Yeah, wait, yeah, do the Zoolander. Ready? 3, 2. I can't do it to the camera. How do you? Yours is pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh. I knew you were gonna do that.